Alright, here is our current smoothie mix that we are using to add of herbs and superfoods to our smoothies. Several months ago, I went to our local health food store at Sleepy Hollow, and in their bulk herb section, and I picked out a couple things to try for additional nutrition to add to my smoothies, and one of those was rose hips powder. And that is this right here. And you can see the color of it for some whole food vitamin C. Another one I picked up to try was moringa leaf powder for a source of greens. And that one is right here in the middle. And a third one I wanted to try, a superfood powder, was the acai berry powder. And that one is this rich color right here. I really enjoyed those in my smoothies. And one I was using at the time as well that I like is dandelion root powder. And that is this one right here. And so really went through two little sandwich baggies that I bought from the store of that and enjoyed it so much, made an order to our bulk herb store online that we order from and got a pound of each to make up a mix. And I also added in, which I've done before, the barley grass and the wheatgrass and some kelp powder. And you can see here on this side is the kelp powder, good source of minerals. And this nice green powder here is the barley grass. And the wheatgrass is a little brown, doesn't look as fresh as the barley grass. So anyway, we had gotten this order in and did an experimental mix that we mixed up about a quart of, or a pint, it was a pint, and used that. Sometimes we use a teaspoon, sometimes up to 2 tablespoons. And so we used that up and I ran out, so I pulled out our supplies here to make some more. As you can see there, I've got it all ready to stir up and add to my morning smoothie. I want to mention a couple other things we like to add to our smoothies as superfoods and health foods. Got some bee pollen here, good source of lots of nutrients and B vitamins. We're almost out of that. Another thing I tried recently with this is I've been making some blondies, some chocolate chip blondies for some snacks for John's lunch, and I put in a 9x13 pan the first time I put 4 tablespoons. It was really strong. He didn't taste it though. It didn't taste strong to him, but this time I only put 2 tablespoons. It's just some added nutrients. Here's a couple more things we like to add to our smoothie. Vitamin C powder, ascorbic acid. It's very tart. It's helpful to take in juice, but also in the smoothie it kind of disappears. Another thing we like to add is MSM granules. Let's open that up. I'll show you what that looks like. It's a source of sulfur and other minerals, I think, that works with vitamin C to produce collagen and connective tissue. It is also really good for allergies and joint health, and there's probably a bunch of other things, but that's just what I remember off the top of my head. And then another one we like here is this food grade diatomaceous earth. And you can see that right there on top of my smoothie. And this is a good detox. It's also a good source of minerals of silica, which is good for healthy hair, nails, bones. I read an article and have heard several people talk about how it's helped with several health issues, one being food allergies, One man that John talked to at the health food store said it was helped his blood pressure. It doesn't have much of a flavor, but it's kind of chalky, but when you put it in the smoothie, it kind of disappears. I've got about a half tablespoon in there. Sometimes I put a tablespoon. If you do this one, though, you want to start out slow because you don't want to get a die-off detox reaction if you can help it. I think I started with a half a teaspoon and slowly worked my way up. I did initially, when I first started taking it, start to have a bit of reaction, so I stopped taking it for a few days, maybe a week or two, and then started slowly back in. I had gone from a half teaspoon to I think a half tablespoon. I was like, whoa. What I did notice, though, after I got back on it and was able to continue with the half tablespoon, I had had some warts on my wrist that just wouldn't go away. I'd tried apple cider vinegar. It would go down to where it seemed like it was gone, and then I'd quit and it would come back. And after taking that for a while, it got red and angry looking, and then it disappeared, and it's been gone ever since. So smoothies are a good way to add some superfoods, some supplements to increase your nutrition. Isn't that beautiful? Palette of color. So if you like to do smoothies, there's lots of things you can try. I'm sure in the future there'll be other things we'll want to try in our smoothies, other superfood powders, berries, green powders. Lots of things you can try. Lots of different herbs you can put in. I like the dandelion. That one's one of my favorites. Good for liver health and lots of different things, blood health. So those are just some ideas of some things you can do and experiment with, try different things, and enjoy your morning smoothie.